What's up, everyone? We are deep in a tropical forest with a river right here at our side.
And today we're on the hunt for some of the small critters that call this place home. Safely, of course. We'll show you how we observe them without harming a thing.
We're setting a couple of humane traps, checking them often, and anything we catch gets released right back where we found it. Right on the bank here, we've got a monitor lizard. Look at that skin, almost like little pebbles glued together. The color helps it vanish into this mud and leaf litter.
He is probably about a meter long, maybe a bit more with the tail, moving super slow, just tasting the air with that forked tongue.
All right, buddy, back.
Look at that shimmer. It's electric blue from this angle.
Yeah, that's the Morphomenelaus. See the edges? Almost charcoal with those little specks.
The sunlight just ignites the scales. You can see the violet when I lean a bit.
They live in rainforests like this, hanging around clearings and river edges. Big leaf.
Right there. Do you see him? Tiny as a thumbnail.
Yeah.
A little green tree frog clinging to a leaf. Look at those gold eyes and the toes, each one with its own suction cup.
Like tiny orange suction pads.
Yeah, they let him stick to just about anything out
He
here.
blinked.
See how still he is? It's a good sign he's comfortable. A relaxed snake will breathe slow like that, body expanding and shrinking just a bit.
If he felt threatened, those coils would tighten, head would flatten a little, and you might hear a hiss. We're giving him space so he doesn't feel the need to do any of that.
Exactly. Always keep hands low and movements.
Look at him right there. You'd miss it if you weren't looking. Same color as the mud, those little speckles matching the leaves.
Perfect camouflage. From this angle, you can just make out the teeth. Tiny, but already sharp.
And that's why we're keeping our distance. Even a young one like this can deliver a nasty bite if it feels threatened.
Right here, this is not a leaf at all. It's a perfectly disguised leaf insect. Look at the veins on its back and the little browned edges, like a nibbled leaf. Even the legs have petiole-like shapes. If I didn't know it was here, I'd completely miss it. They use this mimicry to...
Look at that shell. It's almost like someone painted those lines on, but it's all grown by the snail itself.
Yeah, the swirl's perfect. You can see how the ridges catch the light like tiny rings in wood.
It's leaving such a glossy path behind it. That's the mucus that lets it glide over the moss without drying out. Why?
Look at that little guy soaking up the sun.
Yeah, he's a European green lizard. Favorite hangout? Flat rocks like this, right on the edge of the river.
I love how the scales almost glow when the light hits them. See those tiny black speckles?
Perfect camouflage when he slides into the grass. He mostly hunts.
Look at that little guy. See how the greens on his back are starting to warm into gold? That's him blending with the branch as the sun hits it.
Those pinprick scales catch every bit of light. It almost looks like tiny pixels changing one by one.
Yeah, and those feet are like little clamps. 2 toes forward, 2 back.
Look at that. Its eyes are moving in 2 different directions.
Yeah, each one on its own swivel. He can scan for predators and prey at the same time.
The colors are amazing. Greens with those orange flecks. It's starting to get darker along the ridge.
That's him blending in. If the light changes or he moves to a different...
This sleek little reptile is a common garden skink. Its scales smooth as polished metal. It spends the warm hours hunting tiny prey, crickets, beetles, even the occasional snail. Patience is its strategy.
Watch how light and quick she is. That slender frame lets her slip between moss and leaf litter almost without sound.
Garter snakes feed on a lot of the animals that thrive down here. Earthworms, small frogs, even the occasional insect.
That's a fresh hatchling, maybe a day old. You can see the ridges on the back already, perfectly formed.
It's barely the length of a hand, but it has all the equipment it'll need. Those claws are sharp enough to grip the sand, and the armor gives it a chance against small predators.
The nest is just behind him in the bank, still.
Look at that little guy, right on the edge of the mud. You can hardly tell it's here until you see the glint on its back.
Those ridges catch the sunrise perfectly. See the way the pattern matches the sticks and the leaf litter? That's perfect camouflage.
Hardly moving. It's relying on that stillness to stay invisible.
In the sun, this green iguana shows off the armor of scales that protects it from both predators and rivals. Mostly herbivorous, it feeds on leaves, flowers, and fruit, but won't pass up the occasional insect. Males defend patches of canopy like this with head bobs and displays of their wide dewlap. Perfect.
See how it keeps its head low and moves deliberately? Banded crates are typically nocturnal, but on cooler days, you'll see them cruising like this.
Those black and yellow rings are a warning to other animals. It's highly venomous, yet surprisingly calm as long as it's not pressured.
There he is, right on the edge of the log. See how still he keeps, soaking up the sun.
Those red streaks just behind the eyes give away the red-eared slider name. Beautiful olive shell, glistening with all that detail.
You can watch the chest moving as he breathes, completely relaxed. I'm gonna lift him real.
Little guy, right on the branch.
That's a chameleon. See how his skin is a mix of brown and mossy green? He's matching the bark and the lichens perfectly.
Yeah, and as he breathes, those colors shift. He's not just changing to whatever he wants. He's reacting to light and temperature and what he's sitting on.
Check out the feet, 2 toes. Look at that pattern. That's a Burmese python, easily pushing 10 feet, maybe more.
Yeah, that girth is impressive. Solid muscle all the way through. You can see how relaxed it is, just soaking up the shade.
They're ambush predators, so most of the time they'll sit like this until something passes by.
That tongue flick is...
See how flat that shell is? It's almost like leather, not the hard plates most turtles have.
Yeah, and that long neck lets it stretch up to breathe while the rest of the body stays hidden. Those little tube-like nostrils work like a snorkel.
Soft to the touch, but built for speed in the water. Watch the way the skin folds at its shoulders.
Those eyes blink slow like...
There he is, sunning right on top of that boulder.
Look at the size of those forearms. Every muscle built for digging and climbing.
And the claws, like little climbing gear.
He's maybe 4 feet from nose to tail, pushing 10 pounds easy. Thick, powerful.
Notice how he lifts his body just enough to catch the breeze. Helps release some.
Look at the size on him. Close to 3 meters nose to tail, every step deliberate.
Those claws are like daggers, built to dig and hold. You can see the muscle ripple down the shoulders.
Tongue keeps sampling the air. He's reading every chemical trace on this path. Apex predator and an efficient scavenger all at once. There,
That vine, a green tree snake. Look at the color when the sun hits it.
Absolutely stunning. They're completely harmless, no venom to worry about. Built for balance up here, perfectly at home in the canopy.
You can see the slow breathing, the way it's draped like a ribbon. So agile, but...
There she goes. See how the hood isn't fully open? That's a sign she's just on alert, not looking to strike.
Right, she's testing the air with that tongue, picking up the scent of us and everything else around. King cobras are actually pretty cautious animals.
And they're vital out here, keeping rodent...
There he goes. Look at the shimmer on that body. Bronze skinks are built for speed, especially on ground like this, covered in loose leaves.
They hunt small insects and spiders, and their smooth scales let them slip through the undergrowth almost silently.
When they stop and soak up the sun, you can see how glossy those scales are. Every plate over...
Look at that, right in the middle of the trail. Big old forest tortoise. It's got nowhere to be fast, so we give him the time.
They can live well over 100 years. Every step's deliberate, like he's got all the time in the world.
And while they're moving, they scatter seeds in the soil, keeping the forest growing.
They really are caretakers out here.
We'll just let him finish his crossing.
There he is, just on the edge of the current. Young one, maybe a metre long.
Notice how he's barely moving. Eyes and nostrils above the surface, everything else locked in place.
Classic ambush posture. He'll wait like this for as long as it takes, conserving energy until something drifts close.
There he is, stretched across the vine.
Emerald tree monitor. Look at those scales catching the sun. Almost metallic.
Long whip-like tail, too. That's nearly 2/3 of his body length. He uses it like a counterbalance when he climbs.
And those claws, razor sharp. Perfect for gripping bark.
See how still he sits. Forest pit vipers wait like this for hours, sometimes a whole day, until something warm-blooded wanders past. Those pits in front of the eyes, they read heat like a thermal camera. Even in the dark, he knows exactly where a mouse is breathing.
Smooth-scaled lizard. You can see how he's just soaking up the sun right on top of those leaves. That sheen almost looks like polished metal. Those glossy scales help regulate his temperature. They reflect a bit of the harsh light, but still hold enough warmth from the sun. Exactly. When it gets too hot, he can slide under the litter, and that smooth scale...
There we go. Just ease it up.
Look at that. Forest gecko right under the bark. Pattern's beautiful. Skin still wet from the rain. They like it cool and damp. Hiding under a log keeps them safe from birds and the heat. Tiny feet with those broad pads, perfect for climbing when it gets dark. All right, let's set the roof back on.
Right here, tucked under the log, is a little tree skink. Look at the shine on those scales.
Gorgeous.
They spend most of their time close to the ground, in leaf litter and low branches. That helps them stay hidden and close to the insects they feed on.
And when something spots them, they can be gone in a heartbeat.
Exactly. That long, sleek tail gives them a quick...
There she is, banded crate right across the trail. See how slow she moves, almost deliberate.
Yeah, every scale shining with dew. This species is mostly nocturnal and really shy. In the mornings like this, they're usually heading back to cover.
You can tell she's not interested in us, keeping that calm, steady...
Right there on the branch, that's a mangrove snake. Black with those neon yellow bands, beautiful in the sunlight. They hunt mostly at night. During the day, they rest like this, soaking up a warm patch and staying tucked out of sight. Non-venomous to us, but they use mild venom on small prey. Great climbers. Watch how it moves.
There he is, sunning himself right on that rock.
Look at that color. Bright green with a little bit of yellow in the scales.
His eyes like gold. So calm.
We're going to ease in, just support the chest and the tail.
Check out those claws. Perfect for climbing. The skin feels like tiny beads.
Look at that pattern match. You'd miss it if it blinked.
It's perfect. Every little bump on the tail is like a piece of bark.
Watch, he's lining up on something.
An insect coming out of that crack.
Got it. Fast as a blink.
And then he just melts back into the bark. Incredible hunter.
There he is. Look at that little fellow. Dark shell, speckled like whetstone, one big, one small, tipped in a rusty orange. They open and close like tiny pliers, legs moving gently, testing the air. He doesn't...
Look at those pincers. See how it tests the ground as it walks? They use them both for defense and forwarding bits of plant and detritus.
The shell's almost like stone itself, patterned with algae. It gives them a little camouflage against these river rocks.
He's a recycler in the system, breaking down leaves, feeding fish.
Look at that little flash of red just hanging there.
Yeah, it's like a ruby with wings. You can see every tiny vein catching the sun.
The way it holds steady, almost weightless right over the water.
Dragonflies eat a ton of mosquitoes and gnats out here. They're like the forest little air patrol.
And they look so
lands
peaceful.
right back.
Look at that little guy gripping the underside of the leaf.
Brilliant, almost neon green.
Yeah, those toe pads are like tiny suction cups. They let them hang upside down without a problem.
It blends right in with the foliage. You can see the blue just along the sides and that creamy belly.
This species...
There he is, small forest scorpion. Look at that tail.
The stinger's curved like a little sickle. Venom's not deadly to us, but it'll hurt if he tags you.
Yeah, best to give him room. Notice how the pincers are open, ready.
We'll just let him find his way.
Off he goes.
Look at that, just under the surface. Brown with those black saddle marks. Beautiful.
See how the light rolls over the scales?
Completely smooth, built to slide through water with almost no resistance.
Tongue's working overtime, tasting the current. He's hunting by scent more than sight.
There she is, just behind the rocks. Hood's already up. She's aware of us.
Beautiful patterning. That brown and black banding tells us she's most likely an Indian cobra. Venom's potent, neurotoxic.
Notice how she's holding her ground, not striking. As long as we stay...
Look at the patterning. From a few feet away, it just melts into the bark.
Yeah, at night they'll sit and wait for moths to pass, then strike in a flash.
Those feet are incredible. Broad pads covered in microscopic hairs. Each one clings to the tiniest grooves.
Gives them the grip to walk
Here,
straight up glass.
It's just locking.
Wow, look at that crest. It's glowing blue in the sun. Yeah, almost like metal. You can see the little violet edges when he turns his head.
That throat pouch pumping, he's showing off. Letting any rivals know this tree's his.
And at the same time, those speckles match the bark. From a meter back, he'd vanish.
She's resting right at the edge of the tide. Look at that shell catching the first light.
Sea turtles will come ashore like this to breathe and warm up after a long night in the water. They need these quiet stretches of beach to survive.
And this is why keeping the shoreline clean, letting the sand stay natural.
There she is, forest cobra, moving slow, hood just relaxed, beautiful sheen on those scales.
When a cobra's calm like this, it doesn't want to fight. It just wants a way through. Keeping our distance lets it stay that way.
Exactly. We don't step close, we don't block its path, let it choose where to go. And it
Look at that. You'd never notice it if it didn't move.
Yeah, perfectly the same shade as those vines. It's like a ribbon just hanging there.
That camouflage keeps them safe from birds and anything else that might want to snack.
And gives them the chance to ambush little lizards, too. Look at its eyes, gold, almost metallic.
Look at him. Barely the size of a bottle cap, but already exploring like he owns the place.
Yeah, baby turtles hatch with everything they need to survive. That shell, strong lungs, and a natural instinct to stay near shallow water where predators are fewer.
Streams like this give them cover. Rocks to hide under, insects and tiny snakes.